Hello coloring friends, so today is Sunday and we are here together for our weekly challenge Find and Color to see results for the previous week and to find out a new prompt for the upcoming week. For the last week we've got prompt fish and fish is very popular in coloring books. You can find different shapes, different kind of fish. And so I believe there was no problem for anyone in finding illustrations for this prompt. A few people wrote me that they don't like coloring fish, but nevertheless they did color at least one illustration. But some of you wrote me that it was really fun for you, and actually a lot of people colored 4 or 5 illustrations for this prompt. I'm very glad that you had fun with this prompt. About me, I started a week in energetic way, started coloring. I decided to color an illustration from Mysteria by Anastasia Koldreva because I had only one illustration completed in this beautiful book. And as I started in very good mood, I thought that I would be able to color something else after that portrait. But then what happened? You know that I like to color girls very often, not in very realistic way, some colorful hair, green or blue or pink. But this time I thought, okay, I will color realistic. And I started coloring a girl with blonde hair, and even the process was rather boring for me, no excitement, but nevertheless I continued, and then I finished the illustration. And then I look at it. Now I will put a picture of that version of this illustration. And so I was looking at it and I didn't feel any satisfaction. I was not pleased. I didn't like the result. I felt like it was colored not by me. And so after thinking for some time, the next day I decided to change this illustration, and I did change it. It took the rest of the week, and let me show what I've got. And this is what I've got now. And now I do like it. It's more like my style. I think the girl looks more pretty now. There's more contrast to the illustration, maybe more balance in colors. I don't know what, but I do like it now. And as you can see, I changed her hair color. I made it kind of red violet, and I added some shadows on her eyes. And so I think it looks much better. Let's compare now, side by side. I don't know, maybe someone like this first version. Write me in a comment below which version you like better. But I'm glad that I changed this illustration. At least now I'm feeling pleased. Everything done with polychromos. Of course, a lot of white gel pen here for all this sun glare on water. And that's it, I believe. So about your works now, I've got, guess how many works for this prompt, fish? 83. I don't believe our last record, but I think this one is a new record. So many works. I didn't expect actually that fish would would make so much excitement for you. Different books, different illustrations, only a couple of repeating books and even less repeating illustrations. And there are different fish, small and big, realistic and fairy tale-ish. And so let's now watch this wonderful gallery together. So this was our gallery of works for last week's prompt fish. I really enjoyed it. Hope you too. Thank you everyone who joined that challenge. And now it's time to choose another prompt for the upcoming week. It's always an exciting moment because you never know what you will get, and there's intrigue in that. So let's find out now. Oh. So friends, we've got prompt swan. I can't say that I'm too much excited about this prompt. I do not like coloring birds, and swans I have colored. I remember one from a Bestiary of Tolkien coloring book, and I did those ones in pink color. That was fun. And I remember I colored another one, though I can't remember in what book. That one was more realistic, and I remember that I was like, oh, a bit bored. All those feathers, you know. But anyway, we've got this prompt, so we have to color swans. I'm not sure whether you can find them that often in coloring books, but there are some. I remember seeing some swans in coloring books, and so now I'm off to search through my coloring books and we'll see what I'll be able to find. So I'm back, friends, and it took me quite some time to search through my coloring books because it seems that swans are not that popular in coloring books as fish, but nevertheless I was able to find quite a lot of illustrations with swans. Some books I'm pretty sure some of you have, like this one, Circle of Life. Actually, it was the first book to check because, as I said before, for every prompt you better check this book. And surprise, there is this one here in this book, very beautiful illustration. I really like it, and I think in this book no need to color this one in realistic way if we don't want to. So one of my favorites, I believe, for this prompt. Another book which I often check for prompts like with animals or birds, the Nature Mandala, and yes, there is a mandala with swans. They don't look that much as swans, maybe like ducks, but we have a description of all illustrations here somewhere. Yeah, and it says swan, so no cheating. The next book, Ladies of Nature, by Aline Lazareva. I do love this illustration. It's very beautiful. Such a beautiful girl in such nice dress. But for my taste, too many birds in one picture. Not only a swan, but an owl and an eagle, I believe, and some other bird. So I'm not sure, too much for one time. But we'll see. The Mysterious Library coloring book, and there is a double spread. Of course, for this one I will have to use gouache or watercolors, and again too many birds here. Tomislav Tomic, Evelyn San. I slightly remember that there should be a swan in Tomic book, and yes, there it is. And considering all other illustrations by Tomic, this one is not the most complicated, not too many details. This one is rather large, and these plants, and nothing else actually. So this is, I believe, another of my favorites for this prompt. Another Korean coloring book, again same story, fairy tale about a girl and her brothers, and this is a Korean version. Again, very beautiful illustration, but it needs to be colored with watercolors. Then there is a Russian coloring book called Slavic Motifs, and there is rather simple illustration with quite a big sized swan and a few printed pages that I have. Same story again, I believe. This one by Wishang Ong. This one by Hosni Mubarak. Goddesses. This is Saraswati, Indian goddess. And another one by from Norse mythology, the same book, really beautiful. There was one more, yeah, and one more by Cheryl Lafond. A very cute looking illustration. I like this stylized girl and stylized swan, but lovely. So I'm quite happy with my choice. I actually didn't expect. I thought maybe it would be some boring illustrations, but no, I'm quite pleased with my choice. Though I have my favorites, but I will think what I will color at the end, and so we'll find out in a week. I hope you will have no problem in finding a swan illustration. I'll be waiting for your works. So until the next time, bye.